Alright guys, welcome to the new video. In this video, we are going to learn about functions. Function. Well, whenever we make a big computer program that's more than like, these small little samples that we have been making, it's good to break your program up into manageable chunks. Now these chunks are called functions. Alright, so it helps organize our program a little bit better. Pretty cool. Now another cool thing about a function is, what we can do is we can write a certain bit of code and put it inside a function. And then we can use it over and over again, whenever we want, and however many times you want really easily. So I'll show you guys how to make a really simple function right now. Whenever you make a function for the first time, write def. This pretty much means you're defining a function, or creating a function. Now after this, you have to give your function a name just like a variable name. And you can name it anything you want. I will name it chicken. Because just to show you guys that it doesn't have to be anything special. Now after the name, add parenthesis. And I'll talk to you guys about what you can use the for later on. But for now we will just put two empty parenthesis. And the last thing for your definition is a colon. Now after this colon, hit enter. And any line of code that goes in here is going to be part of your function. So any line of code that's inside your function, whenever you use it later on, this is the part that executes. So we will make this a very simple function. Print something out, and we will just write, welcome to Python. Alright, so this is a pretty useless function. Again, this is just a function called chicken. And the only job of it is to print something out on the screen. So if you run this right now, okay, nothing printed out. It's interesting. And the reason for that is this. Even though we made a function right now, we didn't tell Python, hey, we actually want to use this function. So whenever you want to actually use a function that you created, what you do is, you type the name of your function, and then those two little parentheses. After, so now, when it gets to this line it says, okay, use a function called chicken. So then it looks for a function called chicken, which is this, and it does whatever is inside it. So run it, and check it out. And like I said before, the cool thing about these is you can use them over and over again as many times as you want. So this will call the function. And whenever I say call a function, so I'm calling chicken 5 times, simple enough. So now let me show you an actual useful function. And I also want to talk about what these parentheses are right here. So we will make a new function. So underneath it myself a little bit space, write a new function, of course def. And I'll just write like our iPhone X's price. So what this function is going to do is, it's going to take our Apple amount and convert it to price. So if you're curious about like how many Apple phones cost how much, one phone worth, this function can do that for you. So inside these parentheses right here, whenever your function needs extra information, this is where it goes. So of course, in order to calculate or convert iPhones into those price, it needs the value of iPhone. Do you want a price of 1 phone, and do you will get price of 8 phones? Well, it needs some extra information. So we are going to throw it in as a variable, and that variable is going to be called Apple. So now what we need to do is, just make the formula. So we will store the answer in amount, and we'll say the amount, or the US dollar amount it's equal to is, however many iPhones multiplied by 999. So again, one iPhone would be 999 US dollars. So on and so forth. So I guess we can just print this out. So print amount. So again, in order to use this function, what we do, so this line is going to call this function. Now this line is, let's say we want to convert, like we want to see how many dollars to iPhones is. So let me run this and check it out. This is the result of this line. And this is the result of this. So basically what we did is, we called the function, and whenever we type 2 in here, it pretty much took this value, set it equal to the variable Apple, and anywhere in the function, that was Apple law. iPhones were actually 2. So it took 2 multiply 999, and gave us the amount. And then, if you want to say, okay, well, what is it for just 1 iPhone? Or, what is it for like 8 iPhones? Well, if you run this, you can see 1 iPhone is 999 is equal to $999. 8 iPhones is equal to almost $7,992. So it's a really awesome way of taking a bit of code and being able to reuse it. Incredibly easy. So that is all I have for you guys for functions. For right now we are going to be using them a lot. And if they seem confusing right now, then don't worry about it, because after we make a few more you're going to become an expert of making them. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. I will see you later.